Investors and traders, welcome to the channel. Market chart pattern. Today is 21st of December 2024. Hope everyone is having a great day. We will be taking a look at the key technology stocks we like to follow for the US market. Um, so we'll be covering stocks like NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, and a few others. As always, this video is for educational purposes only, and it is not a financial advice. So let's start by taking a look at the stock of NVIDIA. This is the weekly chart, and as we know, last week after the Federal Reserve came out and announced their rate cut, the market has been very volatile, and we saw a move in S&P 500, which according to some publications we have not seen since 2001. Dow Jones fell, I think that day about 1,000 points, maybe a little bit more. But look, what the Nvidia stock is doing is something really interesting. Uh, it met our target. We were looking for 150 to 154, and the stock went right in between that. And now what it has done is it has pulled back. This is what we were expecting. We're expecting for the stock to go sideways to down, and it in fact did come down, and it has come right to the 38.2% retracement, which is right here of the lows of this point C. Here we go. Let me point it out like this. There we go. Now there was a potential that we could have symmetric move like this, but it needs to break below the 38.2% retracement. That's around essentially these lows now, these ones which it put in last week, 126, around about there. But the really interesting thing is if we just move down to the daily chart, what we are looking at is basically an ABCD right here. So you can see that here, and also we have a symmetric move. So this is the last big decline. It was this decline is the same. So we have a confluence of few things coming together right here with the 38.2% retracement. So it is a point of support for us right here. Getting below this, we could test this channel line right here and this little line right here. So basically around 61.8% retracement of these lows, and about of these lows, and about 50% of these lows. So for now, let's keep on watching 126.55 as the key support level, and if the market breaks below that, then this bearish move is continuing. Right now, what we can expect is at least a pretty good bounce. So here we go, and we can actually see the market testing around 137. Getting above this is gonna be pretty bullish. Because what it means is the market will be getting above the 20-day moving average, and once you're able to get above that, that will be supportive of the bullish momentum. But 137 is what we are looking at shorter term. If it's able to break above that, then we have this market symmetry right here as well. Let me just copy this. So it could do a move right into this as well. So that's gonna be the 61.8% retracement. So getting above this is going to be bullish. But right now, I think at least we're going for a bounce, which could actually fail between 137 and 144, roughly 143. So we'll be watching this region. If it keeps on going higher, then this was a pretty good support. Now let's take a look at the stock of Tesla. Here we go. This is the weekly chart. You can see it has printed a pretty ugly looking candle. And if I just take you to the monthly chart right here, this is the long-term target we were looking for, 500 bucks. We came pretty close to that, as high as 488 and 54 cents. When you write this into this boundary we have been watching, so missed the exact 500 even. Well, if the stock is able to get there, maybe there is a chance. Look, it's a really bullish move for the past 2 months, so we'll have to wait and see. But It's not a good looking candle right here. A lot of profit taking took place, but there are no signs of distribution yet. This is a parabolic move. You can see that we have had a parabolic move like this in the past, and then what we saw was distribution coming. This is where the bear move started, and then here in the end of start of January 2023 is where we were watching for this pattern formation, and we called in the low. Actually, it's recording in the videos in the archive. So just watching this, because $500 per share was our target, we came very close to that. So quite a lot of profit taking took place. And if we just move down to the daily chart, here we go. So on the daily chart, we can see there is a sign of distribution. I think the market could actually remain pretty volatile around here. So we'll just keep on watching for resistance levels right here. There is a chance it can go and hit the 461 level, and we'll see. The momentum is still bullish, because 20-day moving average is right here, which is way above the 89 period moving average. But this move is actually pretty serious sign of selling that came into the stock. And of course, it's been one of these strong momentum stocks ever since the results came out in early November. We have seen the parabolic move, so a lot of these momentum traders would like to exit their positions, and we are seeing some of the distribution come in. Now let's take a look at the stock of Apple. So I'm gonna move to the weekly chart. Here we go. So you can see that Apple remains strong. So out of the NVIDIA and Tesla, Apple seems to be the place to be in, and it looks like Apple wants to go to 262, maybe a little bit higher, to about 267 as well. That will complete this ABCD pattern. And of course, these were the expansion levels that we had been watching. So Apple looks pretty good. And here we go. So this is last Wednesday, and look, there was selling which came in, but it didn't really shake it up the way it did for some of the other stocks, momentum stocks like Tesla, and even Meta. We'll just take a look at that one. So it remains in strong hands, and it's made a new high, a new all-time high actually. So it's likely to go and continue and meet those targets that we have been watching for quite some time. In fact, we forecasted those levels months in advance. Now let's take a look at Meta. There we go. So Meta hasn't had a pretty good week. It did not. Our long-term target is around 670 to around 690. It does seem that it might actually want to achieve that, but we have had this pullback, and this is how the stock is moving in this leg. Actually, the kind of very strong momentum that we had seen previously, the market is actually showing retracement as well, which is different to the way it was here. Very strong trend. It went had a pullback, went into sideways, refused lower prices. The bull move started again, really from this earning, really strong move higher, and then the stock had a pullback, and now it's like two-step. It's like one step forward, then one step back, and then one step forward, one step back. But nonetheless, it is moving higher, but I think it's going to remain like this. We're going to see new highs coming, then there's going to be a pullback, maybe this profit taking, portfolio shuffling. I don't know exactly, but on the daily chart, here we go. These were the targets that we were watching for shorter term, which is around 636. The stock actually hit that exactly, and then we have seen this pullback come in. Now the really interesting thing is the stock pulled back right into the 61.8% retracement. There was a chance here, if this would have held the 38.2% retracement, it would have been a stronger a pullback, but into pretty good support. And this is a little bit deeper, so we have to acknowledge that. But if it turns out to be a pretty good low, because it is 61.8% retracement, and I believe we have some symmetry right here as well. Yeah, there we go. Not exactly 100% symmetry that we like to see. and then the ABCD points to about 670 as well. So coming in line, the daily target versus the weekly target, so that's good. However, there is one more possibility, that we have had a bigger pullback in the past. I believe it was this one, and that happened in the April. So I am keeping that as a pretty big pullback, but in this move higher since end of April, the pullbacks that we have seen have been about this much. So I'm just gonna be the copy this. This was the largest pullback, and if we just use that, yeah, I think it could maybe there's gonna be a challenge to these lows. I doubt this. I think between 583 and 568, it's gonna be pretty good support. But the overall market also needs to stabilize, and that should then also begin to show good support coming in here. So we'll just keep on watching. What I did not like about the Friday's price action is, at one time it was actually moving higher at the open, and then it came right and closed negative for the day at the 61.8%, but a negative close. I would like to see a positive daily close, so which means that bulls actually win over the bears. This is the kind of move I'm waiting for. So maybe next week we get that, and then that will be an early indication that maybe this support region is actually being held. So we'll just wait for the sign, something like this to happen. Now let's take a look at Amazon. So there we go. Amazon on the daily chart also had a pullback right to the 20-day moving average. It closed higher, so it found some support there. On the weekly chart, here we go. It actually met our target of 231. Personally, I was trying to actually short this around 233 was 233 spot 33 was my actual entry, which I missed by about 33 cents, so I wasn't filled. But again, it's not a recommendation. It was just that it was hitting the exact pattern I had been waiting for, and it closed lower, but I missed the entry, so it doesn't really count. Now I don't have, well, there is one higher target around 253, but it really needs to get above this 230 level for that. Now let's take a look at Microsoft. Let's see what the Microsoft did, and we can see that Microsoft range bound. It's likely to remain range bound for quite some time. The high which came in, you can see that these patterns which complete around here, it's just capping that for now. There's a chance that maybe it is actually in a bigger corrective phase, so it could actually move to around 350 bucks. That remains possible, or it is actually grinding higher. That remains, but it's a fairly choppy move and trading range. It's quite frustrating actually. Momentum remains. It improved because the 20-week moving average, the price is above that, and which is above the 89 period moving average. What I would like to see is something like this. This ABCD being completed. If it does, then we could have a pretty good support come in around the 270 mark, 280, 270, and that's going to be the 38.2% retracement, and the market doing it in an ABCD manner, then this will actually be a pretty strong support. And if the market finds support from 270 level, then there's a chance, and I think this bigger move might not happen because it's going to be a pretty strong support coming in. 38.2% retracement in a strong trending market with ABCD, very strong support. Okay, now let's take a look at Shopify. Alright, so it's not getting anywhere ever since it's formed this pattern formation. Really range bound here. If it is able to get above this, then I think it could have an explosive move higher. So just that. Now let's take a look at roblox. There we go. So actually look at this. Roblox has been one of the stocks which has performed better in comparison to some of these stocks such as Meta and Nvidia. Okay, I don't know why I have. Okay, so this is something that I was actually forecasting, that I was able to do a move like this. It is in an ABCD move like this. I think there is a pretty good chance, slowly but surely, it'll hit our $67 level. 63 to 67 is what we are looking for. It has reached as high as 61.77. 67 will be 38.2% retracement. This is something which we have been targeting for a very long time. Look at this big consolidation it has gone through. So there's a lot of accumulation of this stock. And then last but not least, we'll take a look at the stock of Netflix. So there you go. Netflix doesn't seem to be as much rattled as some of the other stocks. It's just Tesla and to some extent even Meta. Um, there's a chance if the bullish move is intact, we could hit 1030, because that's going to be the 1.618 expansion. And if we move down to the daily chart, this is where we see quite a lot of yeah, this is the Fed day. So this is a move which is about minus 3.22%, and the stock has had a minus 3.59% day as well, so it moved higher. So we'll just keep on watching, as long as, in my opinion, last Wednesday's low is not taken to the downside. It might just keep on grinding in a trading range and maybe eventually hit that target of 1,000 and 1,030 dollars per share level for Netflix. So this is what we are watching in the key US tech stocks that we like to follow. We did have a week last week where we saw big moves to the downside in broader indices, and I have done a video about that yesterday, so I recommend that you actually watch that video. I'll put a link towards it, link for it in the description, also towards the end of this video in the captions. And I think that we have hit some really strong harmonic support in major indices, so I think it's going to be a very educational good video for you guys to watch as well. So if those support levels are held next week, or as long as they are held, then we could have the bullish move resuming in the major indices, which should help this rally. And if that support level is broken to the downside, then we could see some really sharp moves. But do watch that video. I explain everything really in detail over there. So thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading. And if you found this video of educational value, then please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do, then hit that bell icon button. That way you will know when the new videos are posted and you will not miss anything. And also please, if you found this video of educational value, you learned something out of it, and then also hit that bell icon, as that like button. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck, good trading, and speak to you guys soon.